anyone who compares themselves to Joe Rogan or Elon Musk or any of those people pretty much guarantees that, like, they have a weird ego thing, right? I guess I'm similar to Joe Rogan in the sense that I talk. We both talk. So there's a similarity there. Volfi, Cernif, Skunch, Raikin, Barnshi, Volderind, Kinu, and Sizemunch. We both say words. And we both smoked weed before. Big similarities. Very happy to be a Turkish publisher on its list. Nice. Hell yeah. Okay, so for Firekoish, Raikin, QUETZA, the Raikin is their biggest blocker. They also have the Sizemunch. If I ban Sizemunch here, I can go for my generic QUETZA opener. This is a pretty good lineup for me. I think banning Sizemunch is right. Raikin is a second ban if I get the chance. I'm blue, and it's a good matchup. This is the perfect... Like, this is like the perfect situation for the QUETZA team. Yeah, it's the perfect time. The perfect time to be blue against this team. And then they ban Momo. Yeah. And I get to ban Raikin second. Alright, we're in business. So I go Raikin. I ban their Raikin. This is going exactly to plan. They're falling for the trap. Trap card activated. Trap card activated. This is what I'm looking for. After 2 weeks of playing queztaleno, now I've completely mastered the art of QUETZA. They have banned Firekoish. Mix is looking fat right now. Turok also looks like a beefy boy. Actually, Turok is terrible. No, I'll go Ukama and Volfi. Turok's good against Barnshi and Vola. If they pick Kinu and Barnshi, I can go Turok. But otherwise, they got too much melee and nature. Mirror Force? I don't know what that is. Alright, Kinu, Cernif. Do I want Volfi? I probably want Volfi because it's less weak than Ukama. Turok's okay. I'm going to go Turok over Ukama here. It's not really the right spot for Turok. Alright, they picked Barnshi. That's perfect. That's pretty much exactly what I wanted. Oh, it's a good trap card. I never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! I never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! I know about Pot of Greed. That's about it. Blue Eyes, White Dragon, basic stuff. I'm pretty ignorant of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. So we double the Volfi here is how we want to do it. That's always the play, because Volfi can Dust Vortex Raikin on the second turn. So we double the Volfi. They have no good swap-ins. They have no options. This is exactly the best case scenario of what you're hoping for. Only thing that makes this even better is if the Volfi actually dies on turn 1 because it's squishy enough. Only thing that makes this better is if Volfi actually dies on turn 1 because it's like a squishy, you know, low physical defense Volfi. Then it would be really cool. There are ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. It's too bad it's so hard to learn trading card games. You have to, like, play them for, like, a year to get good at them. You can't just, like, play a trading card game for a day. It's too bad. You have to, like, spend your whole life savings and play it for years to have a chance. One day, if I ever get big as a streamer, I can just, like, buy all the cards I need for a day of playing. When I'm a big fancy streamer, and just be like, oh, yep, it's a business expense. All right, Goring hits Volfi down to 64. Very tanky Volfi at +1/+1 as well. Volfi plagues the Raikin. So the Kinu swap-in is interesting. It's not enough to save Volfi, I don't think. Nah, but I need... If Volfi is faster than Malflank, I guess it could. They could get Dust Vortex. I doubt it. They could be running... I mean... They need to run a decent amount of speed. If... I mean, they have +1/+1. Oh, this is so awkward. If base jump's not faster... Or Icon's trapped, so there's nothing I can do. I just gotta try it. If this Volphy is fast enough to outspeed Malflank, then they can actually kill Raiken. In that case, I mean, I'd still be getting Volphy pretty much dead. We'll see. Level 58 is the highest level right now. Yeah, that's the level cap. Level 58. But it'll go up in a little bit. Brisando, thank you so much. 2 months subscribed. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate your continued support. Thanks for helping me to build this thing. How you doing today, dude? Welcome in. Damn, dude. 2 subs today. And I got to play Dark Souls. It's like my birthday. And I got good practice on my Mario Bros. Speedrun. Alright, QUETZA kills Volphy. Oh, I'm not paying enough attention to damage and stuff. I thought that wouldn't even kill. Alright, Prideful proc for Raiken. In that case, we're just fucking winning. They swapped in the Barnchi. Yeah, this is a win. Kinu can buff Barnchi. I don't care. This is a win. Their Kinu value is not really working when... Their Kinu value is not really working when I just kill everything they buff. +1 attack should still kill Barnchi before it does anything, I think. Even at +1 defense. I could just aim the attack at Kinu. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? At this point. More QUETZA seems like it pretty much can't fail. I don't get very many, like, easier matches at this TMR. So, no offense to my opponent. I've lost on draft and on turn 1 and stuff plenty of times. I'm just saying, like, it's nice to have an easier match. This one's pretty chill. Alright, Prideful doesn't quite kill Barnchi, unfortunately, with that +1 defense. They do get Tornado. It's not the end of the world, it's just annoying. Raiken down to 53, Malflank base jump. Barnchi's still dead, I'm still way the fuck ahead. Annoying that Raiken couldn't get there, but I knew it was possible. I could have doubled the other side and just left Barnchi alone, but I didn't want to leave Malflank exposed. Now Vola goes to +1/+1, and now they could beta burst Malflank. Thing is, Mix will easily kill Kinu. The Vola being buffed up is a little annoying. I mean, I could just swap out Raiken and save it to hit Cernif once. Swap out Raiken for Mix now. Mix is also good against Vola. All the more so. I mean, if Vola is aerobic, Mix is going to be great. Otherwise, Turok is going to be really good anyway. I could just double swap to Mix Turok, and they can't really do much. If they swap to Cernif, Turok is not long for this world. But even then, it's okay. I could just swap to Mix, keep Malflank. I don't like Malflank getting hit by Kinu, though. Here. Mix for Malflank. Turok for Raiken. I like this. Just making sure I don't make any mistakes here. I mean, it's a pretty simple spot. Like, I'm way ahead right now. It's just a matter of making sure that I don't make any huge mistakes and somehow throw. So I swap in both those Tems. Kinu uses Beta Burst, Mix down to 188. Vola uses Feather Gatling on Turok. The perfect block! Perfect turn! Swapped in the block on both sides. Oh boy. Alright, so... yeah, I gotta aim the Crystal Spikes at Kinu. I kind of just want to drop Humiliating Slap on Vola to reduce that defense first. Stop it from being too tanky. That way... I mean, I could also aim it over here. If they swap in Cernif, they have Caliosity going on. I could just Feather Gatling Vola. It's a little tanky, though, at full health. Let's go 1 Humiliating Slap. Let's go 1 Humiliating Slap. And this match looks pretty good. Kinu does retreat to Cernif. Named Velour. Nice. Mix uses Crystal Spikes. That's good. Surnif down to 70 or 69, and no Caliosity activation. Caliosity gives Surnif +1 physical defense whenever it gets hit by a physical attack. So Mix is a special attacker, and it's very good there. Turok Humiliating slaps Vola down to 85% with -1 defense. That means Vola is back to normal. No defense buffs or debuffs. They're down to their final 3. I could energy manip the Vola just to try to reduce its stamina. But I'm pretty good on just like aiming Crystal Spikes over here. Raiken will yeet Surnif hard enough to just make sure it's dealt with. Let's just double the Vola this turn. So Crystal Spikes on Vola. Vola down to 64. It's a little something. Surnif uses Water Cutting Lily on Turok. Turok down to 116. Vola uses Feather Gatling. Turok down to 83. Nope, not good enough. Turok uses Feather Gatling. Vola down to 30%. Okay. So Mix is low on stamina now. I can use Psy Surge on Vola. They're going to kill Turok with Water Cutting Lily if I leave it there. It's okay, though. Turok has already done its job. It just wanted to do as much damage to Vola as it could. I think Psy Surge, Feather Gatling is the play here. I don't expect Turok to live, though. I expect Surnif to kill Turok. Never mind. Surnif revitalizes. The Vola? Okay. Vola Noxious Bombs? You're still not going to kill Turok, bro. Yeah, Turok still has 50 health. And it is anaerobic, so plus special defense. Okay. So Turok's Feather Gatling takes him down to 22%. Mix uses Psy Surge. Their defense is not adequate. Vola survives the turn, but only just. And it's anaerobic. Looks like a very tanky style of Vola. Mix will overexert if it attacks again. They'll probably Water Cutting Lily the Turok this turn. I could just overexert Mix. I mean, if I Crystal Spikes, it'll be in Puppet Master. And they have no AoE left. So that's actually the perfect play. And then Turok is just going to get hit. But it's fine. Vola retreats. That's okay, though. Crystal Spikes Kinu. Mix goes down into Puppet Master range. They can no longer touch it except with Vola's Toxic Plume. But this is good. Crystal Spikes on Kinu is always good. Kinu goes down to 37. Mix damages itself down to 43. Surnif kills Turok. Sacrifice could be incoming. Sacrifice could be incoming. Bring in the Raiken this turn. And then it has +1 speed. So bring in Raiken and then swap in Malflank for Mix. That way it gets the QUETZA synergy for 3 priority at +1 speed to outspeed Kinu's Sacrifice. Kill it before it sacrifices. Surnif does get to hit Raiken, though, in the event that I do that. I could also just QUETZA the Surnif before Sacrifice lands, instead of killing Kinu directly. Because Surnif will be able to kill Raiken at that point. But Mix can kill Surnif from a distance once everything else is dead. I think it's best to kill Kinu here. And then I'll deal with Surnif. Because once I kill Kinu, Vola goes down. So swap to Malflank. QUETZA Kinu. And then we'll be good. We'll be good. Definitely had to stay focused. This is an example of how even with a QUETZA team, you still gotta watch out for Surnif. That thing is still scary. Used your Luma luck on finding a Luma melee Koish. Don't complain about finding Lumas. What do you want me to say? Oh, poor baby, you found a Luma? I have a Luma melee Koish. It's nice. It's nice. Don't be like that. Oh, boo-hoo, I got the wrong Luma. I have a Luma melee Koish. Love it. It's a great Koish for Luma purposes. Quetzaleno kills Kinu. After Malflank swaps in. Surnif uses Bush. Oh, yeah, we got him. They didn't even kill Raiken. GG. Now I kill Vola this turn with Raiken. I mean, I could just QUETZA Surnif. Okay, never mind. Let's just kill Surnif and Vola on the same turn. Surnif's not going to quite die, though. We'll kill Vola. We'll almost kill Surnif. Quetzaleno hits Surnif. Down to 5%. It's close. Oh, but +1 physical defense. Goring hits Vola down to 0. Knocked out. Surnif uses Water Cutting Lily. Doesn't even kill Raiken. Nice. Up to 1083. Big win that time. Big win on that one. Took a little work, though. They at least they put some stall on with the Surnif. That was good. A nice, clean win. Just not going to play against him. Fire Koish gets banned. Ellis has Yowler, Volfi, Nagais, Gaialis, Lightning Koish, Kinu, Volarind, and Grumper. So I'll be banning Nagais. Okay. They picked Yowler, and they also have Volfi, so this is the late Torment thing. But I think I ran into this before where I went after Volfi and they did the late Torment combo. Or they didn't use the late Torment combo. We've already done this. We've already done it this way. If we're going to repeat the same thing as before, I'm going to win again. So if he's going Volfi, we're chilling. He could go a different choice, but like this is actually not a bad opener. Because he did Volfi last time. I remember our last match. This is how it started. This is exactly how it started. He plagued and he showed off. This is precisely how it started. He's definitely thinking. I know he wants to pick Volfi. I also think maybe he like doesn't want to. I think maybe he remembers a little bit. Maybe he has some memory of like that this is somehow not a good idea. Nope, he went Volfi. He tried. So I banned the Koish, I guess. Grumper Kinu is a bad combo for me, but I have probably Volfi, otherwise at least Ukama. I really want to ban the Lightning Koish. I mean, Kinu and Grumper is a scary combo for sure. A scary combo for sure. Momo is also really good against Grumper. Momo, Malflank, both good. I mean, Turok has some use in this match for me as well. Turok definitely has its uses. They're out of time. They banned Turok because they ran out of time. Yep. That's fine. They actually ran out of time. Yeah, they're thinking super hard. I think I have them, like, nervous. So definitely Volfi. Definitely Momo. And then I think probably Ukama last. I don't even know. Do I want Mix? I mean, Mix is good against Yowler, Vola, and Kinu. If they pick Kinu, I can go Mix. If they pick Grumper, I can go Ukama. Either way, the Tem's good against 3. Ideally, each Tem is good against 3 of the opponent's Tems, you know? Like 1 versus 3s is definitely a way to look at it. Yeah, okay, so that's a Mix draft. Turn 1, we double Volfi. Turn 1, we double Volfi. Yep, elusive. Yeah, we double Volfi. They could swap in the Kinu, but we saw that last time where Volfi gets +1/+1. It's not quite enough. Yeah, I mean, they have options to try to play around it, but we definitely want to double Volfi. Especially given my history with this player and specifically against this player. So Yowler retreats the Kinu. Is he doing it? Yeah, he is doing it. Okay, I almost read this. Because of how it was different last time. But I just want to do what worked last time. If he does sacrifice right away, that could be an issue, I guess. So Goring hits Volfi down to 69. Raiken Quetza's Volfi down to 37. Volfi plagues Raiken. So I want to base jump QUETZA again. I don't even know. I mean, if Kinu sacrifices, we still probably kill him. It's going to be close. But if Kinu sacrifices, that means both Kinu and Volfi are going to die, essentially, just to stop Raiken. So that still leaves me in a good spot with Mix countering Yowler and Volfi. I'm sorry, Mix countering Yowler and Vola. And then just Momo maybe can deal with Gaialis. I mean, it's not perfect. And that's like the worst case. So we're definitely going to aim 2 more at Volfi. No, Kinu uses Beta Burst, so we're doing great. Kinu Beta Burst, Malflank, and we're good. Quetzaleno hits that Volfi down to 5.7. Malflank base jump. With perfect knowledge, Goring would have been... base jump would have been better turn 1, Goring turn 2. But that's only with perfect hindsight. That's not, like, inherently whatever. So Raiken doesn't get the Prideful proc. But it's also because that's perfect hindsight. If they hadn't swapped in Kinu, it would have gone differently. We can just QUETZA execute Kinu here, and it's fucking dead. Although if they swap in Vola, then that wouldn't work. I could just Goring QUETZA. Then if they don't swap out Kinu, Raiken gets the Prideful. Same if they swap in Gaialis. If they swap in Vola, it's a little slower, but... Yowler gets value, but Mix will deal with Yowler later. Yowler doesn't get enough value here. I think we're already good. Like, we got Volfi. I haven't taken much damage. I have a huge tempo advantage. I do not have a Prideful proc. But they're already almost out of options. So Malflank uses Goring. Kinu down to 72.6. Kinu uses Beta Burst. They could have hypnotized Raiken there. That would have been better, probably. Malflank gets knocked out. We lose synergy, so -5 base damage. QUETZA's still enough to kill. Raiken gets its first Prideful proc. Yowler clinches Raiken. And this was with no comebacker and no boosted attack, so it's not so bad at all. Raiken down to 147 health. Yeah, I got him pretty much here. I bring in... I mean, they don't want to bring in Gaialis to get roasted, so they're probably going to bring in the Vola. I could just bring in Mix, and then we can kill Vola real quick. I mean, Mix could just, like, Psy Surge Yowler starting on next turn. I could bring in Volfi, but then we're too weak to Oshidashi. I could bring in Momo, double edge the non-Yowler Tem. I think that's best. Mix is okay here, but I'd rather just wait a little longer before I bring in Mix. Here, bring in Momo. I think this works. We also keep the QUETZA synergy this way. So yeah. Just QUETZA Vola. And then double edge it. It'll end up dead. Raiken overexerts, but at that point, it doesn't really matter. I guess, okay. They do have Gaialis. I could swap Raiken for Mix, just so I make sure that their Gaialis can't take away the match. Like, double edge, Vola, swap in Mix, and then next turn, double Vola, it'll die. Pretty much no matter what, even if it's anaerobic, I think. Yeah, I don't want to let them get Raiken here. This is that weird spot where it's good to swap out Raiken. So go to Mix. This is that weird spot where it's good to swap out Raiken. Alright, so they use Windblade on Mix. What is that? Aerobic? No Feather Gatling? Double Edge hits Vola down to 24%. What? Yowler uses Savage Suplex on Mix. Mix down to 117. Alright. Alright, Undermine Yowler. And then Crystal Spikes the Vola. Let's go. They are retreating. So wild. Okay, so they're bringing in the Gaialis. That's fine. Mix uses Crystal Spikes on Gaialis. Take him down to 57% right away. Momo undermines Yowler. Yowler down to 37%. And Yowler's going to get a comebacker hit on Momo. Oh no, they use Shogoff, so they get no comebacker there. That's awesome. +1 attack for Yowler. Way too little, way too late. Is not going to do it for them at this point. We're closing in. They can just kill Mix. That's fine. I just do big damage every turn now. Like, actually double-edge Gyalis. And then, just to be fast, go Crystal Spikes on Yowler. Crystal Bite's too fast, so mixed dies. That's fine. That's fine. Momo double edges Gyalis. Gyalis is dead. Strong double edge. Strong double edge. Savage Suplex. Momo down to 7. So fucking close to the kill with +1 attack. So crazy. Alright, bring in the Raiken again. That's a GG. That's a GG. I've been getting Ellis lately. I've been getting Ellis. I used to lose to Ellis a lot. When we were both at, like, slightly lower TMR. But now I got him. Hyperkinetic Strike hits Raiken. Raiken down to 0. His Tems have, like, no health. Yeah, it's a little odd. Undermine the Yowler. I mean, they got it close. I'm down to only Volphy at the end. And if it ended up Volphy versus Yowler, that'd be bad. So, I mean, you know, it could have gone wrong, honestly. It was a little closer than I'd like. But we got there. Pretty funny. Everyone's trying to speed creep. I'm a little scared here, but they don't have a lot of stamina left. Vola's Tornado hits Volphy down to 120. Are they going to kill me with HKS next turn? Oh, they're aerobic, though, so I think I get the kill with Plague. Yeah, okay. That was actually really close. Next turn, they would kill Volphy with HKS. That was down to the last turn. I might have gotten a little sloppy in those last few turns. Even just like a little bit. I don't know. That was actually close. That was actually pretty close. I did win against Ellis there, but I gotta say, he actually almost pulled the surprise win. Like, that was like not as much of a clear, easy victory as I would have liked, because I was kind of treating it like it was a done deal. He almost just came back and popped me. That was actually quite close. That was actually quite close. I gotta say. Good things about playing a team so much that you sort of almost get bored with it is you stop reacting as much to every win and loss. It stops feeling so much like that, where it's like, if I win, I feel like I'm so good, and if I lose, I feel like I'm so bad. And it becomes more just like, yeah, you know, a lot of matches go different ways. Sometimes I make a real mistake and it's obvious. Sometimes I lose and it's not clear. Sometimes I just have a terrible matchup. Sometimes all those things are in the opposite, where I win for those reasons. You play a team enough that you almost, like, you don't get bored of TemTem, but you want to change teams. Like, just, like, not changing, keeping it for a while. Eventually, you can kind of get past. When you go up and down enough times, eventually it's just, like, there's only so many times that you can be like, fuck, I went from 1,200 to 1,100. Ah, eventually it's like, all right, yep, happened again. All right, so they have Guldur, Yowler, Kinu, Raiken, Firecoys, Vola, Nagai's, and Mouthflank. I have to ban Nagai's first 100% of the time. Every single time. It's what I got to do. So I ban that Nagai's. They bring in the Kinu. Okay. Kind of want to go Mouthflank, Raiken. Kind of want to go Mouthflank, Raiken. It looks like they're going to walk into it. Let's do it. Playing the same team and knowing the best bans and first picks for the team is huge. Yes, that's the first step when learning a new team. Is like, and that's where reviewing with other people is so important. Is like the first 5 matches, you're probably going to draft it wrong. Like, you know, all of us, when we try a new team, the first 5 to 10 matches are going to be probably a lot of bad drafts. And therefore a lot of bad, you know, either L's or like wins that require a lot more struggle than they should have. And in those cases, it's like, that's specifically where that review process is super important, because just cleaning up the early bans and the first few draft picks, like that at least stops those, like, it's lost before it even starts kinds of games. I mean, yeah, drafting is, you know, drafting is like a pass-fail. You have to get past the draft to have a good match. You can't just win on the draft that much against a good opponent. But you, against a good opponent, you're not going to win in the draft very often, but you are going to lose in the draft a lot. So that's like a guarantee. And if you're dating, if you're playing against a bad player or a player who's generally worse than you, then you shouldn't lose in the draft that often, but you could win on the draft. That's kind of how it's like. The better player has the opportunity to win on the draft. But if both players hold it together, then neither player should win. All right, so they should have the Goulder option. Early Tem advantage and not making mistakes after wins games at the 1,000 to 1,200 TMR range. Definitely. That's what I would have to do with QUETZA to take it above 1,200. I'd have to go through that process again, the way I did at 800. That's what I'm hoping to figure out with the stall team, is like how to outdraft the competition at this range. Kinu, Firequash, Yowler, huh? Okay, Mix is looking very strong in spite of that Firequash. And I need Turok because they're almost definitely going to draft Goulder. Then it's probably going to be a Momo. Ukama looks very unlikely. Yeah, there's nothing they could pick that make me pick Ukama. Ukama's great in some matchups, but it is the most utility focused. Like it's like situational for this team, because it's not the win condition. It's like an anti-counter. It's a counter against the counter. Yeah, I'm super excited to go back into the sauna, back into the lab, back into the just trying super hard. I'm very excited. Okay, let's go. Let's go! Okay. Yeah, so we want to double Kinu. They should swap in the Goulder. They should swap in the Goulder and, like, Water Cannon Raiken, probably. I could swap in Turok, expecting Goulder. You recognize that? Yeah, it's like a shanty or something. Do-do, do-do, do-do. I kind of want to swap in Turok. Not against Firequash, though. I just know Goulder's coming. So odd. You hate Goulder teams? They're not great. I don't know. I think I got to go the aggro and just deal with it after it happens. Holy shit, they didn't swap out Kinu. Okay. It's another one of these super tanky anti-QUETZA Kinus. All right, so they use Water Cannon and Beta Burst. So are they going to have enough time to sacrifice? Is that how this works? I'm running into these anti-QUETZA Kinus. Yeah, it's like the ultimate tanky Kinu. It must be close to max. It might be 500 HP, 500 physical defense. I gotta do the calcs. I'm very lazy about calcs these days. Just to be honest, because I'm so focused on like archetypes and like building the whole team. But like, or just it's just something I should spend more time on. But yeah, I guess they're gonna sacrifice here. I just got to try to get it. I got to go for it. I think they're going to sacrifice. I'm like learning about this new Kinu. I'm going to try it this way this time. But if they sacrifice faster, I mean, fuck, they're going to sacrifice faster. It's very annoying. Oh, this is actually a pretty bad one. That Firequash might just yeet my whole team here. I could swap in Momo now and go for the Undermine. Yeah, they do have Sacrifice. I thought so. Yeah, this match is dead. Yeah, they are both fast, but Sac's faster. Oh, man, yeah, I'm running into that. That's the second time today I've run into that. It's the first day I've run into Kinus that survive Goring QUETZA. At least Raiken survived. So Raiken can QUETZA one more of their Tems before it dies. That's a huge thing, actually. Raiken survives at 5 health. Maybe if I run through the rest of their team fast enough, then the Koish will be okay, since it doesn't have that much stamina relative to its move set. Koish generally can only attack at most about 4 times without having to really rest for a while. So we might actually be okay thanks to the Raiken clutching that survival. They don't have Hyperkinetic Strike on turn 1. So I get Goring, Quetza. Then Koish kills Raiken. Vola's almost dead at that point. Turok counters Guldur. Mix counters Yowler. Momo's still in play. So Goring hits Vola down to 57. Ah, Feather Gatling's faster than 3 Prio Raiken. It's a very fast Vola. Oh, it feels terrible, Stetso. Don't get me wrong. It shouldn't have gone this way. Well, it's just a thing I've been seeing lately, though. Malflank down to 2. Yeah, this is like one of those unconventional TV spread kind of teams where it looks good on the surface, sort of, but then they have a very specific spread. This is the kind of stuff I would be reviewing and starting to build against. Like, I'd adjust the team for this TMR range if I was going to keep playing it past today. For now, that Fire Quake is almost out of stamina. Vola's already +1 speed. So I'm going to bring in Momo. I think Momo double edge where Vola is going to be better. Although Malflank gives it fucking synergy, so it can't. Okay, hear me out. I bring in Momo. They can't kill Malflank without letting double edge work. So I bring in Malflank. I bring in Momo. I double edge Vola. They kill Malflank. And then double edge will kill Vola. And if they don't kill Malflank and they like double Momo, that would be 5-head. But then at least I get base jump. I mean, this is a really bad spot for me. I'm going to try something kind of fun. This is probably not the right play. I'm going to try this for fun. My idea here is that they kill Malflank and then double edge works. I could even cage in the Koish. Because they should kill Malflank before it attacks. So cage, then they kill Malflank. Then I double edge Vola. Koish overexerts. They can't swap out. Vola dies. They bring in Yowler or Guldur. I kill Fire Koish. I start going after Fire Koish the next turn with Undermine Crystal Spikes or something. Or Undermine Energy Manip or something. This is the closest thing I have. Please, please. This is actually a really weird spot. I need them to kill Malflank to remove the synergy. Otherwise, I just tickle Vola and I boost its defense and special defense. But they are like almost guaranteed to kill Malflank, and I'm likely to get the synergy value, or not synergy, I'm likely to get the cage value first. I'm going to. So Malflank uses cage. Can this work? Can this work, though? They tried to swap Koish, but it's trapped. HKS on Momo! Rip. Oh, yeah. Rip. I mean, it's a smart read if they know I have synergy. They know I have synergy. That's why they did that. They knew that if they killed Malflank, I would kill Vola. I'm not saying it was the right play, but I understand why they did that. I mean, they tried to swap out Fire Koish. They didn't totally think it through. So now I can Goring Undermine. I mean, they can kill Momo before it attacks. It's pretty fucking strong, because they definitely kill Momo. A little sus, you would have killed the Malflank. I mean, it's not sus. It's definitely not sus, right? Because they swap Fire Koish. I mean, when we throw around the word sus, that usually implies sniping. There's no way, because they tried to swap Fire Koish. It makes sense to me. They would have thought that through, and they would have seen that. I don't think it's sus. It was a good read. Alright, yeah, Vola's too fast. Toxic Plume hits Malflank. It was a smart... Like I said, I don't think Momo is the right swap-in. I don't think the double edge play is good. I just think it's fun. PS5 player, too. PS5 players are capable of sniping. Everybody's capable of sniping. Most people on Twitch or PC. For sure. Yeah, I mean, they win. They win, and that's totally chill. Yeah, I can't kill Fire Koish. Fire Koish kills Mix and Turok. Momo's about to die. We'll concede it. That was fun. I just wanted to try the Momo thing. Unfortunately, they were paying attention. If they weren't paying that much attention and they're just like, yeet Malflank, then that would have been a sick turn for me. But they saw it and they played well. So shout outs to John Garrett. Very well played. Like, I was hoping they'd be sloppy and they just weren't sloppy. I'm not even conceding for TMR purposes. I'm more just conceding because the game is lost. Alright. Getting distracted. Let's go. Let's play. Up against Leku. Let's play. So Kinu, Volphy, Malflank, Nidrasil, Tuvine, Volcrane, Vola, and Firequish. Yeah, Volcrane spotted. Pretty rare. That's pretty rare. You don't see a lot of those. Volcrane is a good reason to pick Ukama for me. Like, ban Firequish and then have Ukama ready. Love that Tem. Feel bad it's not good. This is really lucky that I'm blue. This matchup is a lot harder if I'm yellow. Oh, no, I am yellow. Well, okay, never mind. Because that means they can pick Volcrane second. What's up, Wolfie? Welcome in. Love that Tem. Just feels bad that it's not that good. Yeah, Drakash seems like it's probably better for most stuff. If someone wants to use an Earth Fire type. I haven't tried to use Volcrane, though, so I don't even know. I've barely tried to use Drakash, either. I've tried to use Kapir a bit. Kapir is a lot of fun. The Kosh is playable for sure. Yeah, I see a lot more of that than Valash. The Kosh, not the Losh. Alright, they go Vola. And they could go, definitely could go Volcrane second. Turok is pretty damn good here, except for Volphy. Hellfire works if you get it off. Yeah. I want Ukama specifically for Drakash. But I want the QUETZA combo for Vola. I mean, Drakash can't shut down QUETZA hard enough, I don't think, to justify me going a different direction. I could go Raiken and Ukama, for example. I can't convince myself not to go Malflank Raiken. Popping in before you end up falling asleep, hopefully. Good luck on the sleep. I hope that my stream helps you, lull you into a sleepy mood. You shall be very sleepy. You feel very sleepy. The sound of my voice is evoking sleepiness within you. The sleep riseth. Well, it's good to see you, dude. Good to see you. All right, so they picked Volphy, not Volcrane. Well. Okay. I guess we ban that. So there's no counters anymore for my QUETZA. And we double Volphy turn 1. And we see if this is one of the opponents at this TMR that has a plan or doesn't. It seems like they might not have a plan for QUETZA. They might not. How have I been? Doing good, man. Doing really good. Been a really good day today. Today has been a fantastic day. Like, I have to say. Just solid day. So, feeling good. Definitely feeling good. Overall, you know how it is, man. Just hustling. You've seen when the stream was absolutely, 2 viewers. You've seen it now when it's, a little bigger. I'm just continuing to grind. Continuing to work. One day you're going to tune in. I'm going to have 1,000 viewers, and you're going to be like, God damn. Look at this guy. Just on that everyday hustle. If you want to be consistent in this meta, you need a plan for QUETZA. I agree. 100% Stetso. Completely agree. If you don't at least have an idea against QUETZA, it's like, who have you been playing against for the last 3 months? Definitely Turok. Volphy could be nice to block Tuvine. Block Nidrasil, kind of. Well, not really that so much, but block Tuvine at least. I don't know. Ukama's not that good just because it can't do damage to anything, so I'll go Volphy. Time to get your TMR into the dumpster, trying out teams for 3v3 next weekend? Hell yeah. Yeah, I think Tsubaki had the draft for that today, right? That'll be cool. Best of luck to you. I look forward to queuing up against you once your TMR is in the dumpster where I reside. I live in that dumpster, so I look forward to some stall versus stall bullshit next week. Surnif Saku versus Osukai Saku or whatever I mean, that wouldn't work, but you know what I mean. Alright. So we want to double Volphy here. We're doing the thing. We ignore Vola. Voldy, Saga, and you are a team. That's a pretty good team. It's a pretty serious team. I'd say you're doing alright. 1K is a bit above average. 1K is definitely above average. There's no chance in hell that 1K is in the bottom 50%. There's no chance in hell. That wouldn't make any sense. Considering there's 35 active players above 1,500 right now. 35 total. There's no way. Alright, so they swap in the Kinu for the Vol. I keep seeing this play. And then Volpy down to 34.3. They could sacrifice next turn if they want. Plague Raiken. But we'll still kill Volpy if they sacrifice. And even if it did work, it would be no Kinu. It would be Kinu and Volpy pretty much dead in exchange for just Raiken. So we can definitely just aim at Volpy again. They still don't have a good plan. This is not a good plan for them. There are ways where the Kinu swap in can happen. Like with the Water Koish, or the Fire... I keep saying Water Koish. The Fire Koish last match. This is not one of them. Just aim all at Volpy. So queztaleno hits them down to 1.3. So close to Prideful. So fucking close. Beta Burst hits Malflank down to 97. Malflank uses Base Jump. With perfect hindsight, Base Jump would have been better on turn 1. But it's not the case against every move they had. Like, they had multiple options. So there's an argument for Base Jump turn 1 because of that. But it's like, what if they did something else? It's like, you know, I'm okay with it. It'd be nice to have Prideful Raiken. But we're way the fuck ahead here. So it wasn't a mistake. A lot of people like bulky Volpy, but personally you don't like it. You think it's pretty ass. Yeah, I've never tried running the Lifeful Sap Volpy. I lost to it a few times when it first got popular, but once I learned what was up with it, I feel like it stopped being so bad. Yeah, I'm more a fan of fast, springy, aggressive Volpy. I mean, Volpy can do so much damage, and it's already bulky enough just by its typing, I feel like. Nature Earth is a good typing. Alright, so I can double Kinu, or I can double Malflank. I'm going to double Kinu. If it stays in, it will die. Okay. Goring Kinu down to 67. Raiken uses QUETZA. My opponent must be on tilt. Or it's a 7-point special or something, because they are, I wouldn't say the strategy makes a lot of sense to me. It doesn't really feel like a 7-point special. Kind of feels like my opponent is just, like, trying to make some kind of reads. I don't know why they kept Kinu in. I mean, just they have no options. I won this one. They lost in the draft. Okay. I mean, they lost in the draft, so I guess it's fair that, like, anything they're going to do now is going to look bad because they lost in the draft. Like, it would have taken some kind of heroic play to get past, to win this after the draft. They goring my Malflank down to 23. They had no... They could have had counters to QUETZA if they drafted differently, but the way they drafted, they gave themselves nothing. Alright, so Raiken overexerts. My Malflank does die. Their Vola has aerobic +1 speed. Okay. So we can bring in the Turok here very safely. Vola wants to kill Raiken first. If I just Feather Gatling their Malflank, it dies next turn after that to Volpy. Vola's pretty fucking scary, but when they kill Raiken this turn, I bring in Momo next turn, just aim double edge at Vola, and it's helpless. And Turok ultimately will kill Vola, as long as I can deal with Nidrasil. Nidrasil could be tough. I need Turok to be there at the end when it counts, basically. Maybe I bring in Volpy this turn then, so I can just hit Malflank with that. Yeah, leave Turok out. I don't want Turok going up against Malflank. Bring in Volpy, actually. Bring in Volpy. Alright, so I'm gonna plague the Malflank. And Raiken can rest. He could also I could also swap out the Raiken, but I don't... Like, it's good against Nidrasil, but it's not worth it. Just rest it here. Rest it here. Well, you know, Vola makes me pay attention, but it shouldn't be a problem. Momo cleans house if it has time. I mean, Momo definitely... When aerobic Vola's on the battlefield, Momo has some issues for sure. HKS hits Raiken all the way down. -2 special defense, +2 speed. Now Vola has used HKS. Can't use it next turn. Malflank uses kick. That is very weird. Plague hits Malflank down to 25. Oh, that did, like, I think 1 less than half. I might kill him with the second Plague, but I think that did 1 less than half. Malflank was, like, a little above 50. So this turn, bring in Momo. I mean, they could Goring Feather Gatling Momo and it might kill. Never ever seen a kick on Malflank. Me neither. That's a very weird one. I'm worried if they double Momo, it just dies. Could bring in Turok. I want to bring in Momo now, but I'm just too worried it's going to die. Like, just die here. But HKS could kill Momo next turn anyway, potentially. If I bring in Turok, though, they're not going to kill anything this turn. And Momo... I'm scared of Momo running into a stronger Vola, but... I got to bring in Turok. I think Momo dies. If I bring it in, I think Momo dies without attacking. Bring in Turok this turn. And just double aim at Malflank. I'm forced to do this. I got to play it aggressive. Vola's running out of stamina since it has Hand Fan and not Sweatband. Yeah, let's go. Turok definitely survives. Yeah, they can't kill Turok this turn. They swap out Vola. That means when Vola comes back in, it doesn't have HKS. Malflank Gorings Volpy down to 95. Volpy Plagues. Can this please be a kill? Oh, it is enough. Okay, I misjudged. I thought it might not have been. I wasn't looking close enough. All right, a common problem here. Feather Gatling hits Nidrasil down to 49. Oh, yeah, we're good. We're good. Plague, Vola, both for stam... Well, they're too fast, so the stamina denial is not going to happen. But just because they're going to have -3 special defense this turn, possibly. There it is. They're resigned. Exactly 2,000 Pan Suns. A pretty easy match for me there. Just won that one in the draft. After that draft, there was really nothing they could do.